How we doing, guys? And welcome back to the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast. I'm your host, Richie. Here with my guys, Michael Zappi, Dallas superfan on the road. That's why you can't see his face. We got my man Idris Salam out in North Carolina. How you doing, Idris?
Yeah.
And we got my man, The Mask, Quentin Moore, out in Georgia. How you doing, boss?
What's going on, man? What's going on?
Good to see all you guys, man. Good to see you guys. It's 3-1. Kind of like Giant versus Cowboys Super Bowl appearances since '96. Sorry, Zap, you outnumbered, but you know you're my guy. Very eventful day in the NFL, man. Wild day. You know, we had a wild game out in Baltimore. I called the Dolphins to win that one, which they did. Tua Tagovailoa, I certainly didn't call him to win, to throw 6 touchdowns in that win, but he did. Brett's boy, Eli Apple, still doing Eli Apple things.
Go Eli.
Got to give the Cowboys some credit. You know, they toughed it out. No Dak Prescott playing with Cooper Rush. They did what they had to do today. Bengals, as Zappy stated just before we went on the air, had every chance to win that game, but they did not. Quentin said it best. The worst team to ever represent a conference in the Super Bowl. That is last year's Bengals. I tend to agree. They are 0-2.
Yeah.
New York Football Giants getting very creative. Very lackluster first half for that matter, on offense. But they were able to turn it up, and DJ had a nice response drive. And ultimately, another win. Graham Gano's been terrific. Zappy is no longer with us. He'll be back, I believe.
He froze.
It's all good. I'm going to go. There it is. We coordinated. Quentin, I haven't seen you in a minute on the show. Good to see you, buddy. Start it off, man, wherever you want to start.
Here. Well, notes from the game today when I was watching game where we could have lost. It shouldn't have been as close as it was.
No.
When you get 2 turnovers within 8 minutes of the game, you should be up 14-0, at least 10-0, but really 14-0.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? I don't like the fact that we kept them in the ball game. I hated it because I was like, Baker Mayfield is the type of quarterback, when he gets on the streak, he's streaky. When he gets hot, he's hot. You're going to let him hang around too long, and he's going to burn you. Luckily, his accuracy is not that good. You know, his accuracy was terrible when he was at Oklahoma. You know what I'm saying? So, fortunately, you know, he overthrew a few receivers. We put pressure on him, made him feel uncomfortable in that pocket, got him to move around, and we got to him, which is good. Now, on the good points on the offense, Daniel Jones, he's still Daniel Jones. You know, he's going to struggle. He's still Daniel Jones. It's like hot and cold with him. You know what I'm saying? Is he going to be back next year? We don't know. Is Galladay going to be there? Because from reports from what I've seen, Galladay walked out of the locker room 15 minutes after the game ended. He left. All his stuff was cleared out of his locker.
Let me touch on that right quick. Hold on. Hold that thought, Q. I'm glad you mentioned that. It was funny because Dable didn't hardly play him. He came in, Dable, and I like that because Dable said, "I don't care how much money you're making. Whoever's out playing you, that's who's going to be on the field." But go ahead.
Nah, go ahead. Finish your thought, man.
No, that was it.
Richie's mama said hello. Richie's mama said hello. I don't know if she's watching or not.
Oh, you can't say hello to me either? Nah, I'm messing with her.
Come on, Mom.
Oh, she didn't leave. Hey, no. Exactly. She just left us out. She even left her son out, man. Ain't that
Come
something?
on,
boy?
Nah, she said hi to you, bro. I posted it when you were rambling. That was up there.
Oh my!
Nah,
God.
you're right though. It's just you're actually right. You're exactly right
No
on
love for
that.
Zappy though. He's a cowboy. So
Yeah,
listen.
yeah, right. That's
Hey, come on
right.
now. I've been saying good things now. I was about to go on a nice little talk about Aaron Judge and him being right there, but you know what? No, never mind that.
But we gonna get to you, Zap, because you
Here,
deserve it.
here we go. Here goes the sympathy now.
There it is. There it is. She got you.
I think that I think like with Galladay walking out, that's telling me that they're getting ready to get rid of him and
God,
sooner
please.
than rather than later.
Ethan,
And thank God. I hate that guy. I called it when we
yeah.
signed him. I
You called it
said it
last
was
year,
a
yeah.
bad signing.
Called it
Bad
last year.
sign. Yeah, I said it last season. People are like, oh, you're crazy. We got Plaxico Burris Jr. I was like, where? I'm
Plaxico's
like,
arms are long.
right.
Galladay's arms are alligators.
Yeah. I
Well,
said, I said,
Yeah, you
coming
called it.
from
You
a
called
Detroit team that threw the ball, I don't know how many times per game with Matthew Stafford, you're going to put up stats eventually.
Because they were constantly playing from behind.
yeah.
Yeah, always playing from behind.
Exactly. People don't really pick the stats apart and realize, oh, Galladay actually was not very effective receiver early on. It
No.
was when they were playing catch up.
Right. And you know what Galladay, the thing about it is, go ahead, Q. Go ahead.
And here's the thing. People thought that, Galladay was the next Megatron, right? That's why he replaced Megatron. And I was like, I saw him when he was playing in Detroit. I'm like, this dude is no Megatron. This dude is garbage. This dude don't even compete for jump balls. He runs lazy routes.
He's garbage time, Tron.
Right.
Yeah.
Megatron played like he was 8 feet tall.
Right.
Yeah.
And Galladay, I saw a drill that he did, the ladder drill with the, when you run through the ladder with your feet. This dude's got slow feet. How do you have slow feet as a wide receiver? How is that even possible?
He was running
saying?
like Carl Winslow.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was. And I was like, what the hell? Yeah. I was like, yo, he's running like he got a bag of shit in his pants or something. You know what I'm saying?
I'm glad because see, when I was watching the game and I had notes where he said, well, Kenny Galladay just entered the game. I was like, damn, he ain't been in the game. It was like midway through the second quarter, and I was like, it told me because, he had Shepard out there, he had Tony out there, and that's telling me they was like, look, what you show me in practice is what I'm going to take when it's game time.
Mm-hmm.
And he knows this man's paying. I like he's like, whatever money we paying him, so what? I'm trying to win us football games. That's it. This is not my man. If he wants to act like a little, bitch, okay, bye. I'm here to win us games, and I'm gonna put the guys out there on the field who want to play football.
Yeah, exactly. And that's the way it should be. You practice.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. You play the way you practice.
And see, that's something we didn't have the previous years. We had people out there too long. Well, Eli was my man. I'm not gonna lie, but we had him out there too long. We never looked to replace him. And with running backs, we went and got guys who were retreads and all this nonsense. And like I said, we got a coach who's saying, look, you either come to play, like Coughlin, you come to play or you go home.
And what I tell people all the time, right? And people hate that I say this because I'm telling them the truth about Eli. Mm-hmm. Eli wasn't that great until the fourth season of his fourth year. All right, exactly. He wasn't that great in college. I mean, I keep it 100. You know me, Idris. I'm gonna tell it like it is. And I'm an SEC guy.
Yeah.
And I watched him at Ole Miss, and he never made a major bowl. He put up numbers. Yeah. And he got them ranked in the top 20, but it was in the bottom half of the top 10. They were in like 15, 16. You know what I mean? Where they weren't going to make any significant leaps or bounds, any noise. They were going to go to one of those like minor bowls, like the Butter Bowl or something like that.
Blue Bonnet Bowl or something like that.
Blue Bonnet or something like that.
Right.
No, I mean Eli was good, but he wasn't great. Like
No.
this fan base clamors that he is.
Look at your cat. He's joining in.
Nah, dog.
Oh,
I
it's
got
dog?
two of them, two
Oh,
dogs.
I just see the black and white little catties.
Nah, it's dog, two chihuahuas.
And like you had touched on something which we both agreed. I don't know, going back how many years, the Giants have never been a great team on the field. We're barely over 500.
That's right.
And a lot of these fans are like, dude, we're like a 535, 545 historical team.
Yep.
We're not a great team. We just been great at certain moments. When we were good, we were good. When we were bad, we were bad.
It's the history. See, and that's the thing. That's the thing I respect about you so much, Idris, is that you're a historian with a lot of stuff. Not only hip hop in sports, but also worldly events.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of reading, that you and I both do. You know what I'm saying? Most people don't want to read anymore about the history of things.
Mm-mm.
And the history is the best indicator as to how things are going to play out.
Cyclical.
It's cyclical.
Right, exactly.
It's very cyclical.
And
go ahead.
That's the issue with our fans. They act like we've been a team that's won 11 games like every year, and now we're in a bad stretch. No, we've always been like this.
Even in the Coughlin era, there was a lot of topsy-turvy. A 2010 season, a team that was probably better than the 2011 eventual champions. The 08 season, a team that was better than the 07 champs.
Yep.
Neither one of those teams won a playoff game.
Yeah.
I've been
2012 missed the playoffs.
I've been watching us since '72, and those are the Joe Pisarcik years. We were bad.
Oh yeah.
Bad. We all know the Dave Brown era.
Yeah.
We all know the Dave era.
Yeah.
Try to forget it.
Yeah. The early 80s, late
Shit, the
80s.
Tommy Maddox. People look at me like, who the hell is Tommy Maddox? I'm like, oh, you ain't. I was like, oh yeah.
Yeah, and our fan base
all about him playing there.
Yeah, no, yes, that's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
But see, our fan base, it's like they never saw. They only know 2011. And everything after, or 2007.
They know 07.
Dude, we've had. That's why we.
They know lead press sounds, but they don't know a press coverage.
Right.
They know. They don't realize we're like a 535, maybe 550 average percentage team historically.
Yeah, but the thirst crew has to be dehydrated. They gotta be dehydrated.
They don't know the difference between a touchdown or touching themselves. Okay.
No, it's embarrassing within the fan base. I mean, you get this shit. And I know Zappy relates because Zappy's a realist. Yeah, and I know he gets tired of his Cowboy fans saying this is our year and basically throwing shade to the wind about like things that they know. The offense is banged up.
Right.
The Ewok is starting to run with 2 bum knees.
Yeah.
Dak got hurt. Mm-hmm. There's things going on. Mike McCarthy got to go.
I think Zappy, I think for your squad, I think Sean Payton's coming in. I got a funny feeling they're going to go after Sean Payton. But the only thing is they're going to have...
It's Dan Quinn.
No, go ahead.
I think it's Dan Quinn, too.
Yeah?
And no, I'm saying I think I'm not a believer in Sean Payton. I'm a believer in Sean Payton, but I don't believe he's going to be our next head coach for a couple of reasons. The most important reason is those tampering allegations right now with him in Miami. You know, Roger Goodell is sitting there. If he takes a job with Dallas, he's suspended at least a year.
Oh, so I didn't think about that.
I think the team responds greatly to Dan Quinn. Our defense responds greatly to Dan Quinn. Mm-hmm. I mean, the writing's on the wall for Dallas this year. If we can hold teams to about 17 to 20 points, and if our offense can just produce enough, we're going to win some games. But, Mike McCarthy needs to go. Kellen Moore needs to go. I mean, that guy he is coaching himself out of a collegiate football job. Like, the guy is just abysmal right now at his offensive play calling. It blows my mind that he's still doing it. But then I understand when Mike McCarthy doesn't even know what plays we're calling.
So, Zach, when Mike McCarthy got hired, I told Cowboy fans, you guys hired the wrong coach.
Mhm.
Yeah,
No.
100%.
He said, no. He got a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I said, think about it. He got a Super Bowl with Aaron Rodgers. I said, but what other than that one? I said they have not won a. NFC, they hadn't got to the NFC Championship game. They haven't
He won
won
the
one.
coattails. He
Yeah.
followed on the coattails
Right.
of two of the best 15 quarterbacks to ever play the game.
Right. I said he doesn't like to run the ball. He loves to throw the ball. I say he is Jason Garrett without the clapping. He will not run that ball.
He's more of
air
a
raid. It's like they run an air raid offense.
Yeah, exactly, air raid. Yeah, and you got Pollard back there. Pollard's he's not a good blocker, but God, the guy's a shifty fast. I mean, the guy is crazy. They won't.
That's what pissed me off today.
Pollard is so good.
He's very elusive. He's quick and he's fast. You know, and they can't. In the first half, what a lot of Cowboys fans are not realizing, they're like, oh yeah, we put up over 300 and some yards of offense today. Oh, I think 157 was on the first two drives.
Yeah.
You know, and after that, we were pretty much shut down because we became the same old predictable offense where we're going to give the ball to Zeke. We're going to do a play action, fake rollout type.
Be right back.
And then that's it, you know, and it's just, it got annoying. And then when Tony Pollard was running with some ahead of steam today, even on that screen, you know, everything. And yet, no, we got to give Zeke the ball because, you know, Jerry Jones's rule is if we pay you, you have to play. It doesn't matter if the guy behind you is better.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the mentality. That's what's going to get Jerry Jones up out of that owner seat and have his son running the shit because.
Yeah, it'll never happen. He said it himself 2 nights ago. He's like, yeah, we lost. Whatever. I know fans are yelling at me, whatever, but I'm still not going to sell the team. You know, it's like right there in that moment, I knew this team is not going to win a Super Bowl for at least another 10, 15 to 20 years. Maybe they do horrible again this year to get themselves that top 10 pick.
I'll be right back.
A bad season next year, but no. Jerry Jones is too caught up in the money. The fans are finally listening and realizing, hey, the only way we're going to attack this guy is in the pocketbooks. But yet, you know, all the season tickets for this year are sold out. It's all the StubHubs and Vivid Seats and SeatGeeks of the world that are reselling those tickets. So Jerry's getting his no matter what this year.
You know what?
Tertiary markets.
You know what the thing about it is, as each year goes on, it's just proving who was the mastermind behind those 3 titles with Jimmy Johnson. Yeah, Barry Switzer won one, but that was Jimmy.
That was his team.
Yeah, Barry walked into that title. All Barry had to do was have a press conference for 16 weeks in the regular season saying, yeah, this is what we did. That was Jimmy's team.
That was Jimmy's team. And see, all this is just proving even more that it was all about Jimmy. It's proving it.
The fact that it didn't go longer than those 4 to 5 years proves that it was Jimmy's team.
We should have,
because if Barry was on that level, it would have lasted 3 more years at least.
Easily. Yeah, we should have been what the Patriots were.
Yeah, y'all should have.
Been, you know, there's so, you know, I could say this and that, whatever. That's in the past. But we fast forward to today, and the one thing that has been current over the last 25, 26 years has been Jerry Jones.
If Jimmy was in charge, you guys would have like 8 or 9 chips.
Oh, we would have won in 07. We would have won in 11. We would have won in 14, 16, and probably last year too.
Well, in 07, you guys needed Bill Parcells, not Wade Phillips.
But see, think about it.
If we had Jimmy Johnson.
But look, you don't even have to go to the 2000s. You guys would have won a few more in the 90s.
Yeah.
Before you got to the 2000s. You won a few more in the 90s.
Jimmy hangs around. Denver and Green Bay don't have that shine.
They don't have that.
Oh, no, they don't. And in that 98 season, when Dallas started off 3-0, they looked like, oh, God, this team is going to be dangerous yet again. But then, you know, unfortunate injuries happen. Michael Irvin goes down at the link. And that was the day I forever will hate Philly fans. And then Troy Aikman gets the concussion. And then, and then Emmitt Smith gets hurt against the Vikings. Yeah. It was a crumbling effect from there. Start 3-0, finish 8-8, and then that's all she wrote. And from that point on, it's just been a downhill road. We won the Super Bowl. We go 10-6. Jimmy Johnson's our coach. We go 12-4, maybe 13-3, and win the Super Bowl. You know, there's just so much stuff that it upsets me about this. You know, oh man, I can go off even more. I went off last week about Jerry, and I'm going to continue to go off about this guy.
I think even with the injuries, with Jimmy as coach, he'd have had someone in place. But Jimmy knew how to.
Yeah.
He knew how to stack the deck. So if Irvin would have went down, he'd have had somebody move up. You know, he'd have had John Taylor, and whoever's behind John Taylor. Jimmy knew how to stack his team to where, you know, we're not losing. We're not losing.
He had all ends covered.
Yeah, we're not losing.
He had all ends covered.
Yeah.
Going into week 3.
Yeah. Hold on. We gotta apologize. We just cut Richie all out of the show. This is his show, man. No. We just took over the show. And hey, Richie, man. I just want to let everybody know this is the Richie Hicks Jr. show, and we're just the guests.
No, you guys are good. You guys do me a favor because I said before we went on the air, I'm a little under the influence. So I'm more than happy to have you guys with that energy.
I mean, it's three men and a dog. I see the dog was looking at the camera too. So.
Yeah.
3 men and 2 dogs. The other one's shy. The other one's camera shy. This one right here is looking at the camera. Hey, Dad, who you talking to, Dad?
There's 2 reasons. I'm driving and I'm feeling just like the Bengals and very hungover from the UT game yesterday.
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So yeah, that's why I'm not on camera because I'm driving right now.
You're good. Go ahead, Richie. We're gonna
no worries, man. I'm actually happy that you guys brought this energy because when I started getting these texts, I was like dying in my recliner, and I'm like, oh shit, it's 7:30. It's time to go. Going into this particular week, I'm going to talk about the good, the bad, and the ugly. The good is obviously the fact that for 2 straight weeks, the New York Giants have shown a lot of resolve in the second half. Dallas, regardless of whatever they're going through on offense, still has a quality defense. The Giants have to be better on both phases of blocking, run and pass blocking. If they are not better, Micah is going to have a party back there, and you're going to see a punt-a-thon and a lot of field goals where we can drop a game if we don't tighten that part of our offense up. As far as Dallas goes, we already know what's wrong with them. We've spoken on it even with Zappy before the Dak injury and now during the Dak injury. They've got to be able to run the ball. If they can run the ball, it sets up Cooper Rush to have a chance. Cooper Rush is actually a quality backup.
He is.
It's not so much as a secret as it was, say, a few years ago. But I'm expecting a defensive struggle on Monday night. I think this Dallas Giants game is going to be just that. But Thibodeau and Ojulari making their season debuts, it's going to be exciting.
You know what?
It's going to be a 17-14 type game. I agree.
You know what? I think it's going to be more, man. Because when Dallas and the Giants get together, I think it'll be like 23-20, 24-21, something like that. It's going to be interesting because Micah Parsons, that guy's damn. You know,
he could have easily had. Yeah, he could have easily had 6 sacks. I believe it was what I counted. I mean, he was literally right there, and there was one where he could have knocked Burrow out of the game for good, but Burrow just got the ball out in time, so Micah had to pull up.
Remember that play?
It's going to be a good defensive game.
On both sides of the ball, they got to protect the quarterback because when Ojulari and Thibodeau coming back, we got that because X played good today. Zimenez. He stepped up in a big way and kind of proved the organization right for choosing to bring him back as an extra guy as opposed to Lorenzo Carter. Yeah, and see with that, I think both sides are going to have to protect the quarterback because
Giants have to get better. Jones was under siege today. He has his own issues that
and plus on the opposite of Dory Jackson with Cordell Flott. He is more of an inside nickel dime cornerback versus outside cornerback. You know what I'm saying? That's where his bread is buttered. Pair him with don't put him outside. I know Andrews is hurt. Not Andrews. What's his name?
Robinson.
Robinson is hurt.
Robinson,
I know he had the appendectomy. But you got to find you either put if you're gonna put him out there, give him some safety help because he was getting torched.
Yeah.
All game long, he was getting torched.
Yeah.
Now going into tomorrow, obviously as Giant fans, and I'm sure Zappy in his own right, we're all rooting for the Vikings tomorrow.
100%.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
What are your thoughts on tomorrow's game? I mean, shit, this is going to be probably the best game of the week, in my opinion.
Oh, it's easy.
Vikings in a route.
Yeah, Vikings in a route. Because look, outside, Richie and I had this discussion earlier today. Philadelphia, if you get Boston Scott going, they're tough to beat. It's not on
Miles Sanders.
Jalen Hurts. Not on Hurts.
Oh.
Yeah. You get the 3 running backs going, they're tough to beat. Really, it's Boston Scott.
When they got the ball out of Hurts' hands, they were a better team.
Yeah.
You don't want Hurts throwing that ball 25 plus times if you expect on winning.
No.
Yeah. That's what I mean. That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
And you want to also stop Boston Scott. That dude is Michael Westbrook. Okay? That dude is a reincarnation of Michael Westbrook. I see it. I watch him. That dude drive. That dude, he gets hit. He's still driving forward. His legs are still moving. And I'm like, damn, man, what's it going to take to stop this guy?
Yeah, 36. Yeah, he does remind me of Brian Westbrook. He does absolutely remind me of him.
Reminds you of Brian Westbrook.
Yeah, I think that defense, man, they got to do something because Detroit last week came back and almost won that game.
And Detroit showed that it wasn't a fluke. They're pretty good at offense.
Yeah.
You saw what they did to Washington today?
Detroit,
They won. They won today. They
won. Yeah.
With ease.
Yeah, with ease, yeah.
Because that final score was a lot closer than the real thing.
Yeah.
Yep. Hell, I know why Washington lost because that pep rally song they got now. That song that's circulating throughout Facebook. They got that whack ass pep rally song. They're like, raise your hand up, Commanders. I'm like, that shit sounds.
That thing is horrible.
Sounds like a 10th grade pep rally.
Yeah, that shit.
Yeah, I said, yo,
that's some weak shit.
Hail to the Redskins and just chill.
That's like the pep rally.
Right.
That's like the pep rally with Maya and Silk the Shocker. That shit just weak.
Right.
They need to go hail to the Commanders.
Terrible.
Like, who the hell is this?
It's fucking terrible.
This is No Limit Soldier Part 2. What the hell's going on here, man?
Don't know if you guys saw.
Yeah. What's up?
Hey, don't know if you guys saw this, but the Cardinals pull it off.
Get the fuck out of here.
The Cardinals came back. They pulled off the victory.
In
overtime.
Well, I was right that it was going to overtime. I was wrong on the winner.
You know what, man? They had the Cardinals.
Yeah, they weren't on a
fucking Raiders.
Beat.
Fucking.
They had the Cardinals.
Where's Brett at with that David Carr bullshit? Where's he at?
Just like with Baltimore, they had Miami beat. That game was over. They let them come back.
So the Raiders shot themselves.
Yeah,
the Baltimore game.
Yeah, the Raiders and the Ravens shot this. The Ravens.
Look at their last Super Bowl appearance. They have a propensity for doing this. Hey, it's Super Bowl Saturday. You know what I think I should do tonight? Let's get in a gunfight with Dade County and see how this plays out.
Oh, damn.
Yeah, you remember Barrett Robbins, Baskin Robbins, whatever that fool's name was. Yeah, you remember that.
Yeah.
Yeah, Raiders. Oh God.
They gave the game away. Derek Carr fumbled the ball, and Byron Murphy returned it for a 69-yard touchdown, I believe is what I saw.
So run that back. Did you say Derek Carr fumbled the ball?
Yeah.
Is this the Derek Carr that Brett said was going to improve week in and week out? And they're rooming together. And they're buddies.
Yeah.
And they eating the same avocados together.
Yeah.
Get the fuck out of here, bro.
They do the same thing with Eli Apple.
Bro, Brett couldn't pick his nose last year.
It's the same.
Where is Brett?
This is the same Derek Carr that my buddy Brad was going on a tyrant about, that Derek Carr is this, Derek Carr is that. And I told you about him, Richie.
He's super limited. He's not terrible, but he is what he is.
Yeah.
Anybody that thinks the Green Bay made out better on that trade. It might not show immediate dividends, but they made out better on that trade.
Derek Carr is I guess he's an upgraded Kirk Cousins. I don't even know about that. Yeah.
No, I think they're a mirror image.
Either way, they might be the same. Might be the same guy.
They're twins.
Yeah.
They're twinning.
They got a lot of talent. You can put a lot of talent around them.
I don't even know if he's Kirk Cousins. I think he's more like Andy Dalton. That dude ain't. I'm sorry.
Yeah, he might be Andy Dalton because you could put a lot of talent around him, but in the end,
the Raiders did not want him. They thought about getting Russ. They thought about trading for Rodgers.
Yeah.
What they already had in the building was a last resort. And I got news for you too. The Raiders are not that good on defense. They got a couple of ball players.
Oh, we found that out today.
Big time deals, but as a unit, and I said it earlier today, they are not a very good defense. They have pieces, but not as a unit.
Show today.
0-2, bro.
Show last week with the Chargers.
They're 0-2. The Broncos struggle to beat Houston, which once again I have said Houston's going to be a hard out this year. They're not going to win many games, but they're going to be in every game.
Oh my God! Let's touch on the Indianapolis Colts, man.
Yeah, you talk about a disappointment.
God,
the fans are calling for Nick Foles. I am, as a diehard Texas Longhorns fan, I think it's time to put Sam Ehlinger in there and go younger. Look out to see what you have in the future, because the one thing we have to remember with the Colts is they still play in the AFC South.
Yep.
So no matter what.
Yeah, that's a very mediocre division. 8 and 9 could win you that division.
Yep.
I would go with Nick Foles. You know why?
Shoot him.
Nick Foles have shown that what you drinking, Q? Oh, never mind. I see the bottle go up. It look like what's that? 1800 at the bottom of it.
I don't drink no more, man. I had a health crisis like a couple of months back.
Momentarily, I saw it from the side. I was like,
I see that. I was like, he's not drinking a whole bottle.
He's drinking that instant thug mix. I was
I wish it was beer. I wish it was beer, but I had to cut out beer after my high blood pressure scare. I was like, fuck that. I don't want to do that. I ain't ready to leave Earth yet.
I think what I would put Foles in, because Foles has proven that if you put him in relief, he'll show his ass. He'll ball out.
Yeah,
I think eventually move on to the younger guy, but because golly,
I just
don't.
Man. The guy, he went to multiple teams and ended up as the backup when he went there to be the starting quarterback.
Right.
I mean, it's a lot like Derek Carr. We already know we're going to get. I mean, what he did with Philadelphia was amazing, but that Philadelphia Eagles 2017 team was the best team in the NFL that year. I mean, they were stacked. They were a damn good
But
team.
it was also an aberration because they needed everything to go their way.
Yep.
They did, and sometimes you need that in the NFL to win in the big one. Sometimes you just need everything to go your way, and you're the one hosting the Lombardi Trophy. And you know what? People are not going to remember the fact that they needed everything to go their way. They're going to remember the fact that they were the 2017 Super Bowl champions. And whether we say they needed things to go their way, yeah, fine. Before that Carson Wentz injury, I mean, that team was unstoppable. Carson Wentz was well on his way to an MVP season, Yeah. I think you could have had Nate Sudfeld in there, and they would have still won that Super Bowl.
Sudafed? I don't know about Sudafed.
But look at the following year. Foles almost did it again. If not but for a drop pass.
Yeah. Against New Orleans. They won on the road, beat Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
And,
was a play short of getting back.
Yeah. Foles has a very comparable career path to a Jeff Hostetler. It's incredibly comparable when you really look at all of it.
Yep.
Indy, though, what a disappointment. I mean, I was very wrong about them, and it's only a couple of weeks in, but damn.
It's because they got Matt Ryan, okay? I told people, when he was here in Atlanta, and my cousin, he's a diehard Falcon. He said, we got to get rid of Matt Ryan. I said, yeah, I told you that years ago to get rid of that bum.
You know what?
He's not going to lead you anywhere.
I was surprised. I figured a new change, going to a.
I myself too.
Yeah.
Considering that they got a top 5 running back.
Yeah.
Exactly, and they have a great offensive line.
Yeah. And an underrated defense. Their defense is not that bad.
They look like the way Houston was supposed to be looking this year. They look horrible, man.
Yeah, they look really bad. For a minute, I thought that Jason Garrett took over their offense.
They got shut out by Jacksonville.
Yeah, who does? Bro.
I made a proposal like about a month ago. I came up with a proposal about Trevor Lawrence.
Yeah.
I said
Jacksonville shut them out. Think about.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If somehow they give up on Trevor Lawrence, this is his second or third year.
Second year.
If they somehow give up on Trevor Lawrence, I say we make a play for him because he needs to change the scenery. He's not going to win shit in Jacksonville.
No, he won't.
He's not going to win anything because they don't. No. They haven't surrounded him with talent.
Yeah.
Your future quarterback is in 2 places. He's either in Baltimore right now, or he's playing for the University of Kentucky right now.
I tend to agree. Yeah, I actually do.
I think University of Kentucky. Will Levin. I say we go after him, but it all depends on where we fall in the draft. Because if we go 7 and 10, you're looking at about your placement is probably going to be between 10 and 15.
Yeah. And truthfully, the way things are shaping up in our division, if we win on Monday, a 9 to 10 win season is very feasible.
It's very and that'll knock us out of a quarterback.
Yeah, or at least a quarterback of that stature. We're looking at.
But the only reason
mid-level first round
this way. No, but you got to look at it this way. That guy has Brian Daboll written all over him. He's the only quarterback coming out this year that has that. So this is one of those decisions you have to make where if you guys do pull off a 9-10 season with Daniel Jones and in an up-and-coming defense and whatever you're putting out there at wide receiver, and if it's really just him that's the missing piece, you trade draft equity to go get him. You have to do something like that. You pull off a 49er type trade and you go get your future. Unfortunate situation for what happened to the 49ers today with Trey Lance, but that's the way the NFL works. If you see someone that you believe is your guy, you go get him. You don't tank a season to get him.
Did he break his leg or ankle?
It's the ankle. I don't know the severity of it, but I know it's the ankle.
No, it's a severe break. He's going to be having season-ending surgery this week.
Oh shit! So Jimmy G is back.
Yeah.
You know what? I don't mean to cut you off, Zappy. And I knew Jimmy G would be back in the seat. I knew he would be back in the saddle. I'll be honest with you. I
didn't think it'd be under those circumstances, though. That's pretty wild.
I kind of did, but not this extreme. I thought either he would get hurt because he's not that durable, or he would be benched because blah 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 blah. But I knew Jimmy G. I knew Jimmy G would be back in the saddle by week 5. That's why I've been saying it by week 5.
They got to be thanking themselves that they didn't trade him because that almost happened.
Right. And,
it was.
Yeah.
And Jimmy G is smacking himself. It's
a game away from the Super Bowl last year, no matter how you slice it.
So what do you do if he takes his team back to the NFC Championship? What do you do with Jimmy G?
He was a quarter away from winning the Super Bowl.
Yeah, you go back to the KC game,
Yeah, but what do you do if he takes his team?
You got to ask. You have to ask yourself this.
He takes his team to the bowl. That's essentially a no-brainer at that point.
Right.
And the NFC is very wide open.
Well, and I brought this up. Yeah, and I brought this up to a few of my 49er fan buddies, seeing how I lived in the Bay Area for a little while. If Jimmy G takes this team back even to the divisional round, NFC championship game, whatever, I mean, they hate him because of the simple fact that they had a 10-point lead on the Chiefs in the fourth quarter. But really, I mean, that defense also needed to come up with some stops, and they didn't. So you can point the finger.
No one man loses any game.
Jimmy G, if he comes back, no, exactly. No one man loses. They have to. And then you play ball for 60 minutes of the game, not for 47, not for 45, whatever the case may be. You play ball the whole game. And, I hate that people take things away from Jimmy G. The guy is a winner. The guy knows how to win. He's a game manager. He doesn't lose games, not all the time at least. He might have a loss here or there, but he's going to be the reason why this 49ers team wins the division now. Because I thought, this Niners team is a good playoff team with Jimmy G or with Trey Lance. But with Jimmy G, I thought they had a better chance to go. And then as far as Trey Lance, if you really break it down, this is now going to be 3 years in a row where Trey Lance barely sees in football. 2020 with the COVID season, they didn't have any football, so that's 1 year. Last year, he started one game and played a couple other games. And then, of course, this year he plays a game and a half and he's out for the year. I said this might be a bust for the 49ers as the way things are looking. Now we got to wait till his fourth season.
You know what? The man hasn't played 25 games between college and the pros.
That's right.
Exactly.
He played 17 games in college. That's how I feel about the kid up in Green Bay, backing up Aaron Rodgers.
Oh, Jordan Love?
I mean,
Jordan Love.
I was like, who drafts a player from Utah State or Utah, wherever he came from?
Right.
Utah
and
State.
Utah State. I'm like, it's not like he lit up college football. So I kind of question those two draft picks anyway. And with Jimmy G, I mean, if the guy takes him back to the NFC Championship game, you got to wonder, like, okay, what are we doing here? What are we doing here?
No, absolutely. And then, my buddy's talking about, he didn't deserve to be paid $27 million this year. And I'm like, sure the hell he did. The dude has all he's done is won for you guys. I'm like, all right, yeah. Are you guys really that set that you should have won a Super Bowl last year too? Like, no, the Rams outplayed you the third game. That's how it goes. It's an unfortunate situation, but then the same could be said, then Patrick Mahomes, he should be getting his contract because he lost to the Bengals last year in the playoffs. It's like, come on. Like, no.
And you know what? And also, the Niners, they were actually an interception away because they had to drop interception.
Yeah, and Matthew Stafford basically gifted him that ball. He could have fair caught it.
That'd have been it. That'd have been game, set, match right there.
Yeah.
So, like I said, I'm not a huge Jimmy G fan. Never really was. But the man, I mean.
Why did our fan base want Jimmy G? Right?
Too old for the part of the reconstruction.
Well, I'm gonna tell you why they wanted him. For the Italian crowd.
Yeah.
Think about
True.
that.
Oh yeah,
I thought about
for
that.
the Italian crowd.
I thought about that.
Yeah, I think
you know what I'm saying.
Too, Idris.
They wanted Jimmy G in the Giants. I was like, no, I don't want him.
He's too old for where they are in their reconstruction.
Right. You don't want to build. You don't build a new car out of old parts.
If you're gonna do something ridiculous and give up like future assets, go get fucking Lamar. If you're gonna do that shit,
Right.
If you're not gonna draft your guy, go fucking trade for Lamar.
Right,
dude. And then honestly, I believe today what we witnessed with the Baltimore Ravens giving up a 21-point lead and losing 42-38
in the fourth quarter.
I mean, that's a big one. And the Ravens. One thing is they have never, ever paid a single player, and nor will they ever pay a single player a contract that is fully guaranteed, which is what Lamar
I will say this. They missed Wink Martindale today.
Did not tell you that. That's what I was saying 2 weeks ago. I said that Baltimore defense is going to miss Wink Martindale.
Gotta make a mention of their division rivals. Pittsburgh Steelers losing a tough one to New England. New England really needed that game today.
Yeah.
I'm still not sold on anything that New England's doing. I think they just capitalized on poor offensive play by Pittsburgh.
Yeah.
Pittsburgh's defense is very good. They didn't have T.J. Watt going today. I don't think either one of those teams are going to be playoff bound. But I do think that the game in Maryland, I think both those teams could be playoff bound.
Yeah. And then the Jets win today too.
Yeah, Flacco. Flacco coming out like Joe Namath.
Yeah, Flacco
telling them what's going to happen.
It was a coming out party for Flacco, but more importantly, it was a coming out party for rookie Garrett Wilson. The guy played some good ball today.
Yeah.
I mean, he had the game-winning touchdown too. Like he seems to be what we expected him to be coming out of Ohio State.
Yeah. the coach sell him, and he said, "I'm taking receipts since y'all got all this mouth about us."
I will give him this much. They do play hard for him. I will give him that.
Yeah.
And Sauce Gardner, I mean, shit. That kid could shut down half the field.
Yeah, he's well on his way.
That kid, when he came out, yeah, he's well on his way. He's woof, that kid. I saw him in preseason too. You know.
Yeah.
And I was like, wow, that kid is amazing. I was like, damn, I wish I had shit paired here with Xavier McKinney.
Oh my God.
My God, you pair him with Xavier McKinney and Julian Love, dude. It's a pick your poison type deal.
Right.
That's like having Ed Reed and Donnie Shell. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, God damn, it's like.
Before we get out of here,
yeah,
I want to get predictions on this Week 3 Monday night game, Cowboys at Giants. Zappy, go first. I'm going to bring it around to us.
I'm not going to make the prediction yet because I got to see how serious of an injury Dalton Schultz's knee was. There's still a couple of question marks as well as other players, so I'm going to hold off on my prediction. But based off of today, what we saw, based on the Giants and like you said, if they cannot stop the rush, because I guarantee you Dan Quinn is going to dial up a defensive game where they're going to stop Saquon and force Daniel Jones to win that game.
We're going to need a lot more hurry up.
Yeah, they're going to need a lot more hurry up. I think it might be a very similar type of game that we saw today with Dallas and the Bengals. The advantage for the Giants, you're playing at home. I do think that the Cowboys will pull it off in a very tight game, winning by a field goal to close the game, 20-17.
Idris, go ahead. I'm going 24-21 Giants. Not because I'm a Giants fan, because we had Thibodeau and Ojulari back next week, and we'll have edge rushers. And paired with Ximenez coming around, I think we're going to have to protect Flott if he's playing, whoever's over there, because
I almost beg to question if they want to put Darnay opposite of Adoree and see if Darnay can take more than just a slot corner role.
Yeah,
I have been vouching for him for a while. Not ideal, but I would like to see what he can do.
Because Cooper Rush is smart. He's a real smart quarterback, and he's going to hit.
He's not going to lose the game.
No, he's not going to lose a game. And see, that's what scares me. I need a quarterback who might lose a game, and Cooper Rush is not going to lose a game.
Tony Romo down to sign a one-day deal?
Who knows?
Hey,
and
give me Tony Romo for the rest of the year.
Yeah, hey, Romo might do it.
Yeah,
and
Tony might also get broken.
Tony Pollard's a secret weapon, man. I'm just saying 24-21 because we're at home, and we'll have two of our best players out there on the defense on the floor.
Q, what you got?
I say same as Idris, 24-21 Giants win, because here's the thing. Yeah, they're going to scheme for Saquon. And just much like Carolina did today against us, they schemed for him. Kept him contained. Forced Daniel Jones to make throws he wasn't comfortable with, and kept him on his toes and make him uncomfortable. Dallas is going to be they're going to be blitzing a lot. Coming at him a lot. Jones needs to learn how to read his progressions. I was saying this last week. He was looking off receivers, holding on to the ball too long.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? The same thing this week. Even though his release is a little bit quicker this week, he's still looking down receivers.
Mm-hmm.
Directing where the ball is going to go. He has to start using it, averting his eyes a little bit more, doing a little bit of head fakes, shoulder fakes, whatever, to get the safeties to bite, to get the linebackers to bite.
Yeah, he's giving it up a little too easy.
Right. So I'd say late in the game, it comes down to late in the game. Dallas has the ball and they don't get a first down. We just run out the clock. We already have a lead going into it, and we just run out the clock.
Eli should teach, or even Peyton, teach Daniel Jones. Peyton had a beautiful shoulder fake.
Yep.
And he would have you running 50 yards at nobody while his receivers, Marvin Harris, is running down the other way.
Yeah, he knew how to sell that.
He sold the shit out of that.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you, Rich?
Keys to victory for the Giants. For 2 straight weeks, even though McCaffrey had a better game than Henry did the week before, I feel like the Giants avoided the big play on the ground. Third downs, Giants were stout, especially inside the 30s. The Giants were stout, holding teams to field goals. Defense is playing well. You're getting back Thibodeau. You're getting back Ojulari. To Quinton's point, Jones has to, do a little more in terms of how he makes his progressions. There's no doubt about that. O-line needs to play better, both sides, passing and rushing. Quan, those stats are very misleading. A lot of that was some add-on on the final drive. Quan struggled today. A far cry from week 1.
Yeah.
Far cry from week 1. And, I'd like to see these tight ends get involved more. I do think that they have the personnel.
Yeah, I like Bellinger. I like Bellinger.
Yeah.
I like Bellinger. I really like that kid. I use him. How Rich and I do when we play Madden. I'm tight end heavy.
Yeah.
I'm coming to get y'all too. Y'all know.
Tight end the team.
Let y'all know. I'm coming to get you.
As far as my prediction, it's still Sunday. It's still week 2, so I'm going to hold off on my prediction as well. Yeah.
I'm coming to get y'all. Don't worry about it.
I'm gonna hold off on that prediction for now.
All right.
And I still have to study up on the game plan, all that stuff. I mean, like I said, there's a lot of things. And then listening to what you guys say about that, what your offensive line and what Daniel Jones needs to do, that's asking a lot from those 2 positions, or your O-line and Daniel Jones, when you have this defense coming to town. And I could very well be the difference of the game could very well be turnovers that result into touchdowns for Dallas. Because I mean, let's be real. Today, 6 sacks.
Yeah.
Could have easily been 10 sacks today by Dallas. They were all over the field. The Bengals could not get the ball going whatsoever. It took more than a game and a half. More than a half a game before the Bengals finally got a drive together. Now it's because Dallas defense finally started getting tired. So it's going to happen. Dallas, they're going to come to play. Offensively, like I said, Cooper Rush is not going to lose this game. As long as they bring in the same kind of game plan today and they don't try to implement Simi Fahuku and Dennis Houston and Devontae Turpin and all our no-name receivers. Stick with CD, stick with Noah Brown, stick with Dalton Schultz, and stick with Jake Ferguson, Tony Pollard, and play a smart football game. It's going to be a good game. Let's be real. It's a division game. It's going to be a good game. I'm going to revisit my prediction next week with Richie, of course. But just going off of what I saw today and all that, that's all I'm doing.
On the positive side for us Giant fans, 8 quarters played this season. The Giants have only played 4 good ones, yet they are 2-0.
Right.
Let that marinate over the week. If you want to hear the pick, tune into the Richie Hicks Jr. Sports Podcast. I will definitely get that to you later in the week because I'm a little fried, bro. Not gonna lie. It's been a long time since we were 2-0. You got to go all the way back to 2016. Pre-boat trip.
Yeah.
Pre-boat trip. Last time that we were 2-0.
Yeah.
It's exciting. Center stage, NFL World, Monday Night Football next week. I'm kind of happy that Philly's not playing tonight because I got a little banged up today, guys. I don't necessarily know. Like as soon as I get out of here, there's a cold shower behind that wall waiting for me. So go wake my ass up, get an ice pack.
Yeah. And get your ass beaten Madden.
Keep hydrating, man. And just keep hydrating because I'll tell you, bro, I'm a little hard today, man. I was like, this is a little unfamiliar because I noticed a lot of my friends who were at the game were complaining about the heat.
Yeah.
And, I kind of share their sentiments. Mine's a little more self-induced.
Yeah,
you're complaining about the heat in New York.
Yeah.
And where's Brett? Where's Brett's punk ass?
He didn't want to defend
Eli
Apple.
Devontae Parker's stats from today.
Unreal, bro.
Eli Apples too, man. Remember
unreal.
He saw Eli Apple's going to be the next Darrelle Revis.
But between Derek Carr and Eli Apple, that man is out of predictions.
Yeah.
Well, no. It's Eli Apple, Derek Carr, and Devontae Parker.
Yeah. Devontae Parker.
By the way,
give me that
Devontae
stat line.
Parker, you want it? You ready for it? 0 for 0. So come on.
Yeah, Brett. Sorry, bro. Your Patriots. Bill is a great coach, but he needs to put down that GM hat.
Hey, didn't me and Brett put some money on that Eli Apple thing?
We both did. We doubled him up.
Yeah, we doubled up. Yeah.
Yeah. That's at least a trip to Tampa.
Yeah. I'm gonna love it.
Yeah. Yeah.
I love it.
Hey, you gotta just put that trip to Tampa away because you know for a fact he's gonna be working on his mulch and his lawn that day.
Well,
No. Yeah. Brett, there's something going on here. We're going to discuss this off the air.
Yeah.
Until next time, I'm your host, Richie. Thank you for bearing with me. That's Quentin, a.k.a. The Mask. Michael Zappi behind the black veil. That is the voice. We got Bosco from the Bronx, Idris Salam. As always, gentlemen, a pleasure. Thank you very much for being on my show tonight.
Yep.
Please, guys, subscribe to the YouTube channel, and I will be back soon. Have a great night. Always welcome here. Have a great night, everyone, and go Giants.
Eli Apple.
Go Giants.